This is Miss Jackson Smith, and this is second grade math for Thursday, May 14th, 2020. Wow, I can't believe it is already May 14th. You guys have learned so much while we've been working at home and while we've been away from school. And today we're going to keep working on fractions, which I know you guys really love working on, so I can't wait to get started. In this video, you are going to learn how to subtract fractions. And to learn along with me, you're going to need something to write with, and you're also going to need a piece of paper. So pause the video, get what you need, and then press play when you're ready to start. So let's start off with a warm-up. In this story, Jordan and Amia have a pizza, and they cut it into 4 equal pieces. They decide to eat 2 of the pieces. So how much pizza do they have left? I put a box around 4 equal pieces because that's how many pieces they partitioned their pizza into. They're also called fourths, but you probably already knew that. Then they decide to eat 2 of those pieces. I'm starting to think this is hard to imagine in my mind, so I should draw a picture. We want to know how much they have left. So I draw my pizza, and I draw lines so that now it's in 2 equal pieces, and now it's in 4 equal pieces. Let's double check my work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, and they're all the same size. Draw your pizza and draw 4 equal pieces, just like mine. Now I'm going to look back at the story. It says they decided to eat 2 pieces. So I'm going to just draw some X's on my pizza to show the pieces that they ate. I decided they ate those 2 pieces. So I crossed them out to show that those pieces are not there anymore. Now I can really see that how much pizza is left. There's 2 pieces left. But I'm not sure what to write down for my answer. I could say they have 2 pieces left, but I know we've been working on writing fractions, so maybe I could use fractions to write that down. So we started off with 4 equal pieces, which means we start off with 4 fourths. Then they ate 2 pieces, which means they ate 2 fourths, because we started off with fourths. And then there were 2 fourths left over. Or I could write it in the number version. 4 fourths minus 2 fourths is equal to 2 fourths. So my answer is that Jordan and Amia have 2 fourths of the pizza left over. I could have said that they had 2 pieces left over, but that wasn't as exact or as precise as I could be. And so I like this answer better than just 2 pieces because I know exactly how much they have. 2 fourths. So now let's just do a little bit of review of what we've learned this week, and then I'm going to teach you how to subtract fractions. Yesterday we learned about things called like fractions. Like fractions are when fractions are partitioned into the same number of equal parts. These are like fractions because they are both partitioned into thirds. They each have 3 equal parts. 2/3 is a like fraction with 1/3 because they're both thirds, right? There's 1/3 or 2/3, but they each have 3 equal parts. These fractions are not like fractions because they don't have the same number of equal parts. Today when we're subtracting, just like yesterday when we were adding, we are only using like fractions. And yesterday we talked about units. Units are the amounts that numbers represent. So now let's use this with subtraction. If I had 4 dots and I took away 1 dot, how many dots would I have left? 4 dots minus 1 dot, I could cross it out. I have 3 dots left. Now let's change the units. If I had 4 apples and I subtract 1 apple, I have 3 apples left. If I have 4 tens and I subtract 1 10, how many tens do I have left? 3, of course. Same thing with fractions. If I have 4/4 and I subtract 1/4, I would have 3/4 left. You can take things apart, or in other words, you can subtract, so long as those things have the same units, okay? So because it was fourths minus fourths, our answer is in fourths, right? If it was apples that we're dealing with, if we start with apples, we take away apples, we have some apples left, all right? But they always have to be the same units. So watch me do a little bit of subtraction with fractions. On this picture, I have a picture that has 3/4 that we're starting with, and I want to take away 1/4 and find out how many fourths I have left. So step 1 is, I wrote it down in number version 2. So 3/4 minus 1/4. Remember, that means 3/4 and 1/4 equals 2. And then I'm going to write my answer in number form. So here we go. Subtract the numbers on the top. 3/4 minus 1/4, so 3 minus 1 is 2. And I just did it in my drawing too, so I crossed out one of those fourths. We've got 2 left over. That was easy. Now I'm going to write it on the bottom too. So subtract the numbers on the top. 3 minus 1 is 2. Then we just keep the number on the bottom the same. So we were dealing with fourths, so my answer has fourths. Don't change that bottom number. Don't even worry about it. So now let's just practice with a couple more problems. Let's subtract these fractions. We're starting with this many, then we're taking away this many, and how many do we have left? I haven't shown you yet. 2/3 minus 1/3 equals how many thirds? Well, we're going to subtract the numbers on the top and then keep the bottom the same. So if I have these 2 and then I take away one of them, I just have 1/3 left. So my answer is 1/3. Now we're going to try a few more. These ones don't have pictures. It's just numbers. So here we have 2/2 minus 1/2 equals something. 4/4 minus 3/4 equals something. And 3/3 minus 1/3 equals something. In each one of these problems, notice that both of these fractions are alike. They have the same number on the bottom, or they're partitioned into the same number of equal parts. That's so important. Now, the other thing I want you to remember is that we subtract the numbers on the top and keep the bottom number the same. Pause the video, try all of them, and then press play to check your work. All right. 2 minus 1 is, 1. And so my answer is 1/2. I did the numbers on the top and then kept the bottom number the same. 4 minus 3 is 1. And then 4/4, I keep the bottom number the same. So 4/4 minus 3/4 is 1/4. Next up, 3/3 minus 1/3 is 2/3, because 3 minus 1 is 2, and I keep the bottom number the same. I think this was a little easy, and now we're ready for a little bit of a challenge. So we're going to try it with slightly bigger numbers. I know you can do it. So copy down these fractions, and then remember that you're going to subtract the numbers on the top and keep the bottom numbers the same. Go ahead and try. So 5/8 minus 2/8 is 3/8, because 5 minus 2 is 3, and we keep the eighths the same. 4/7 minus 3/7 is 1/7, because 4 minus 3 is 1, and we keep the bottom number the same. So down here, 6/3 minus 4/3 is 2/3, because 6 minus 4 is 2, and we keep the bottom number the same. Awesome job subtracting fractions with me today, you guys. Before we go, I just want to give you guys a big, big compliment. I know that it's been a really different thing to be learning math at home instead of at school. And I know that you were used to how we learn at school, but I have such a big shout out for how you guys have shown so much grit and so much joy in all of your learning with math while we've been away from school. I think about you all the time, and I miss you a lot, but I'm also really proud of you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you again when we're back at school. So keep up all the great work. Make sure you finish all your work on Google Classroom this week, and then I hope you have a great weekend. See you later. Bye.